Hello everyone and welcome to the round 1 results stream of the Diabotical Birthday Egg Cup. My name is of course Crazy Al and I am joined by the one and only beautiful Arch Rhythm. How's it going, mate?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm not bad, mate. I'm good. First round of the Egg Cup then.
Yeah, it's happening.
Clockfuel by Certi and SoCam, and oh my, what a map. What a map to get started with.
Yeah, I didn't get much chance to play it, unfortunately. I've recently started a new job. I've just been really busy.
Yeah.
Run me through the map. Tell me about it.
It's got lots of gears, lots of routes, lots of pain in some areas as well that I'm sure a lot of people will sympathise with. I certainly went through some pain on this map, but I hope some of these runners did get some better times than I did. I think they did. And we are, of course, going to go through all three physics, starting off with Diabotical, moving on into Vintage, and then finishing with Race. So, if you're ready, Adam, I'd love to see some Diabotical runs.
Yeah, just before we do that, in case you're new to the Egg Cup, the format is basically we give you a map every week, and you've got to run it as fast as you can, and you submit it to the leaderboards. If you want more information, join the Racing Discord. You can find it at diabotical-racing.com. I hope it's .com.
I think it is diabotical-racing.com.
Yeah, diabotical-racing.com. Please read the Discord because there's some awkward necessities. But that's just the way the game is.
Yeah, there's a bit of a process, but it's not too difficult. At least 60 odd runners managed it. Can you believe that? 64 runs we had in the end.
Yeah, and speaking of, we have quite a lot of Diabotical runs, which is unusual for us.
Can you reveal how many do we have?
We have 14.
Nice. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for Diabotical,
that is a lot, and
yeah, that's quite good.
Yeah, and that probably gives you an indication of how many runs we're going to be getting for the other physics. So we may as well get into it. So round 1, 14th in Diabotical.
Let's go. Who do we have?
Halvor
GP.
Who's not very happy with his time.
The quick 3 defrag player, the quick 3 defrag mapper.
Yep.
Halvor GB. Wow, let's go. Recently come back to Diabotical, not only to do some runs in the Egg Cup, but to also make some nice maps. I think he's quite a fan of the new weapons, don't you?
Yeah, and the new logic, I think, which I can agree with.
So this is a pretty solid route so far.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, not a very kind map for Diabotical Physics. There's no shame in not having a great time here.
Well, you say that, but some of the routes later on that we're going to see, I think people be quite impressed. And oh, that's painful. That's very unfortunate not to make that edge there. That's going to incur quite a time loss for him. Oh, I think we're going to see some slick action straight away. Oh no, gets caught on the edge. That's very unfortunate. Nice slick work. And there we have it. 105.9. Didn't go through the gate though. I'm sorry to let you all know, if your run didn't go through the gate at the end, then it doesn't count. Nice run from Halvor. 14th place. Pretty nice.
All right.
105 on this map in Diabotical Physics is definitely pretty good.
All right, next up. We've got Ace with a very small. Nice.
Don't worry about that. It's fine. Everything's working as intended. Ace, I believe, is a quick 2 player. If I'm wrong about that, please correct me in the chat. But I do believe he goes as Ace Q2 and some. Oh yeah, in the Twitch chat there he is. Shout outs. Oh, that's a very unfortunate bonk. Just catching the corner there. Didn't quite skim it. I think we'll be seeing teleporter routes all the way through Diabotical Physics. No bonk here, fortunately. Keeping good speed. I wonder if he's going to use the slick. I know that Q2 slick is far different from what we have in Diabolical. Also getting caught on that edge, just like Halvor. On this slick as well? I think so. Nice. 104. 104.4 for Ace Q2. Q2 slick is actually quite similar, according to Goblin.
All right.
So that's interesting. Because one thing I wasn't really a fan of in Diabolical Physics was that slick is kind of like it is in CPM, whereas in defrag it's exactly the same as air movement, just without jumping. Like exactly the same as strafe jumping, just without jumping.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's good to know that it is a little bit more like Q2 slick. Make it a bit more interesting. But that was 13th place, Ace with 104.4. Who's up next?
There will be somebody up next. I'm just trying to diagnose why that video didn't scale like I've set it up to.
It's all coming apart. Didn't take long, did it?
See, and it's doing it now.
It wouldn't be an EggCup stream.
Just to prove it.
There we go. It works.
All right, let me queue up the next.
12th place. I'm ready for it. So yeah, if we have any VQ3 runners in the chat, why don't you let me know how was the run? How was the map in VQ3? I spoke to a few people, and I got a few different answers. I think a common theme was it was pretty painful. But,
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I think the finished routes that we'll see later on are a thing of beauty. You're in for a treat. Goblin says better than race. That's interesting.
Oh,
It's Piotrski.
Yep.
Let's go. The guy with the best diabolical streamer, with the best music.
Oh, I don't know if you've been watching Halvo's stream.
Oh, that's right. He's been streaming diabolical, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been getting out the bangers on his stream.
Lovely bit of half baiting here from Piotrski. Very nice spacing. Oh, that's a big dash right there. Unfortunate bonk. Exclamation bonk in the chat. Ignoring the teleporter. Wants to take the mid route here. Oh, there's Arch Rhythm in the chat.
Let's.
Oh, another wee bonk there. That's not too bad. Catches those stairs. Oh, just about skimmed that angled block. There we go. 103.7 GG, says Piotrski. Well done. Didn't go through the gate, so it doesn't count. Very sad. Well played to Piotrski, of course. But yeah, definitely go and follow Piotrski. He's in the chat. Click on his name. Follow the stream. He streams a lot of Diabotical with very good music. Better music than what I stream. He's not afraid of the DMCA. He's not afraid of the copyright.
What a chat, yeah. All right, next up we've got LTT Cause.
God, what is this? This guy is cheating. He's got Seagas. That's not okay. I think we'll have to disqualify this run.
Fair play to him. He's right in there and in the snap zone. This is perfect strafing. That shit is not moving.
The accuracy is unparalleled.
By the way, that's like actually in. He can see that. That's in game. That's not just on his stream.
Those are
that's HUD elements. Yeah.
And to think that we almost banned accent boxes.
But they are overlapping.
Oh, they are overlapping. Okay, nice. That was a pretty good bonk. I like that. I like that route. Good speed here. I like this little window that he's going through. This is pretty sweet. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Ignores the slick, not interested in it. 102.3 from Cause. Well done. That was a cool drop down. I quite liked that. Well played to Cause for a nice route.
Alright, ready for 10th
We're going
place?
to see a sub 1 minute soon. I hope so.
I hope
Who's in-
so too.
We're in the top 10 now.
Returning after his disgraceful absence from the Test Cup.
Oh, that's true.
We have Raven.
Let's go. I forgot all about that. He wasn't in the Test Cup. It's not like Raven not to play Diabotical, is it?
At least I hope he wasn't. I hope I'm not misremembering and just like cussing him out.
Yeah, to be honest with
Slander.
you, I'm just taking that at face value. I can't remember. But yeah, there's a nice route at the beginning there. It was quite tight around those early corners, making use of this ramp. Pretty much, we've seen this route a few times already, going round up these stairs, taking the long way round, heading straight for that teleporter.
I have to apologize. Raven did submit. Who didn't we see last time then?
I can't remember.
He did submit in the EggCup. I'm sorry, Raven.
I can't believe we lied about Raven.
Yeah.
He's going to be so upset.
I'm expecting the call from the lawyers anytime soon now.
On the ice, look at that. Can't see your speed though. Oh, there we go. Sub 157. Let's go. Tim Conlan would like to apologise for the for Adam's choice of words earlier. He will be getting cancelled, and we won't see him on the stream.
I'm very sorry. Expect a twit longer in the mail.
But yeah,
anyway,
the Raven.
Moving swiftly on.
Yeah. Yeah, massive shout out to Raven for being such a legend. And speaking of legends, new on the scene mapper is DH Cold submitting. He's been submitting a lot of runs to the leaderboard. He's been really enjoying the Diabotical.
And he even got in the top 4 in the map contest, didn't
he? Yeah, he did actually with Arca, I think the map's called. And there we see similar route, trying to not abuse the ramps, trying to utilize the ramps. We would never abuse ramps here on the TimCon stream. Definitely not in the EggCup. Ignoring the teleporter. Taking a nice kind of tight route around here. Does take the second telly. Is he going through the window? Nah, doesn't want it. Doesn't want it. Nice line here onto the slick. Very clean. Go through the gate. Oh, so close. 53, 5-3, 5-3-3. Let's go. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. 9th place. The DH Cold. Well done. Relatively new player on the scene as I understand it. So to get top 10 in Diabotical Physics is pretty good, I think, for a somewhat new player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely shout outs to DH Cole for his maps. He's got some really cool maps on the content server. Highly recommend that you go check them out, especially Arca, because that's a really fun map.
All right.
Top 8. Who do we have? It's Tofu, legendary DBT runner. Actually, kind of out of place, almost 8th place for Tofu. I would expect Tofu a wee bit higher.
Yeah, sure.
With all 3 physics, maybe he's put in a lot of time, because we know that Tofu is a very well-rounded runner.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I'm sure we've seen Tofu win rounds previously.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of an
these
upset.
strafes through this gap as well. Very nice line for Tofu. Bonk on this wall. I love it. Look at the speed. This is great preservation of momentum all throughout this run so far. And taking this long strafe right here. Very smooth. Right onto the slick. Oh, he does bonk, but I don't know if he actually wanted that slick. Sub 50 as well. Let's go, Tofu. Hell yeah. I love a Tofu run. Tofu in the chat saying that he didn't grind any physics, so that's pretty impressive considering he didn't grind.
Yeah, fair enough.
But we might I'm wondering what qualifies for a runner like Tofu not grinding. It'd be interesting if we could actually see how many hours each individual runner spent on the map.
Oh, don't be silly.
Yeah, that would be that. Yeah.
There's no way there's technology like that.
No, I don't think so. Not in Diabotical.
Anyway,
Oh well.
Speaking of technology not being there,
Yep.
is Mystic.
Let's go, Mystic. I don't know what that joke is, but it's still funny. Mystic in top 8. I was talking to Mystic throughout the week, and I think he was, wow, that was a really nice corner cut there, or skim, rather. Yeah, talking to Mystic throughout the week, and I think he wasn't really too happy with his performance, but I think top 8 is pretty sick. But, that's just me taking a somewhat similar route to Tofu here, threading the needle through those 2 pillars. Going for this angled wall. I think we're probably going to see everyone do that from now on. Great speed through this telly. Here's that long strafe we've mentioned before. Holding it, holding it, holding it. Is he taking the ice? He is not. Doesn't want it. 49.6. Decent jump as well from 8th place. 8th place. So yeah, massive shout outs to Mystic, 7th place, and DBT Physics. Well done. I don't think Mystic thought he was going to get top 8. But I hope that he's pleasantly surprised by that.
Yeah, and I mean, seeing, that, sorry to keep rubbing it in, but seeing Tofu so low, Mystic being low maybe isn't as, or, maybe we could have expected more from Mystic too, even though he might not have been happy with his time. So.
It's a hard map. It is a difficult map, and all physics. And I think DBT, I mean, it's kind of hard to say who had it harder, Vintage or DBT, really. Like, Raced wasn't easy to route, but once you kind of had it, it was a case of just grinding it out like any other map. But yeah, DBT and Vintage, you have to think about a lot, I think. And we're definitely going to see the results of that later on as we proceed through these runs.
All right.
Speaking of proceeding,
6th place.
Who's up?
Narcos.
Let's go. The king of DBT physics, really, though, isn't he?
I gotta say, this is a sick HUD.
Yeah, it's a nice HUD. Very clean. It's kind of hard to make out the speedo, to be honest, with it being sort of transparent. That's my only criticism.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a stream HUD, is it? But
no, but yeah, it's nice. It's very aesthetic, clean. Speaking of clean, these strafes are pretty clean. There's that angled wall once again. Wow, look at the spacing he has off of that. I think that's pretty good. Good speed here. There's that line. The inevitable question, is he taking the ice? Yep. Look at that. 1900 as he crosses the finish line. 49.4. Hell yeah, Narcos. Let's go. Shout outs to Narcos for being a legend, for winning with 2 maps in the mapping competition. Ven and Brut, both Tim Trials League map, both amazing maps. That's the standard. That's where the bar is set. Maps like that, you know what I mean? I think so anyway. Fantastic mapper. And he manages the Diabotical Racing website. So all round, pretty cool guy, I think. Don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, very well played for Narcos in 6th place. But now, Adam, please move us into the top 5.
Ooh, first run apparently.
First run?
This is Dino.
Dino, let's go, Dino. Dino, a Warsaw player, I believe, has also played a fair bit of Quake 3D Frag. We do see him in the... Where do we see him? The War Cup?
He played a lot of the DFWC.
Yeah, DFWC as well. This is an interesting route. We haven't seen someone do this route yet. Nice use of that ramp, using these outside stairs. Very nice strafes. Look at that accuracy. $1,500 coming through that telly. I mean, you know what it is by now. Long strafe, does he take the ice? There it is. 2K, 2,100. There we go. 47.4 from Dino. And 5th place. First run of the day or something. I don't know. Looks kind of weird. That looks kind of sus, to be honest. But no. Very well played from Dino. And a massive shout outs to a very good runner. It's hotting up. Adam in the top 5.
Absolutely. And
Just
it's
to
only going to
reiterate,
get hotter.
it certainly is, yeah. Just to reiterate, 47.4 for Dino in 5th place. How low can we go?
Let's find
Check
out.
him.
It's Chatouille.
Chatouille.
Yeah, check NPC.
Chatouille is truly a master of this game. He's great in all 3 physics. I expect big things from Chatouille in the coming rounds. Taking this mid route again, similar to Dino. Going through the outside stairs, I expect. Lovely strafes. Look at these half beats. Bonk on the wall. I mean, you know what it is. You know how it is. 1500 through the telly, just like Dino. Excellent strafe. Right onto the slick. That was great. And he jumps off early. He dismounts early to get a quicker line, it seems like. And that was 47.2 and 4th place. So it's getting very hot at the pointy end of the bracket, even though it's not a bracket.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, that was a sick ending by Chatouille, jumping straight onto that slick, letting him utilize it very efficiently, and dismounting early to get a tighter line, because you are kind of going offline. You're kind of going off the racing line there when you take that slick at the end, but you know it can give you hundreds of ups in a very small space, so it's worth it. Or is it? Maybe we'll find out.
All right, taking
As we move into the top 3.
yeah, taking 3rd place, bronze, in the first round of this EggCup, Diabotical Physics at least. Haste.
It's Haste, legendary Quake 3 defragger, all the way from Australia. Elim has finally got a friend in the EggCup, other than coffee. Oh, very tight there. Going for the sort of lower route here, not crossing those pads sort of in the middle. And then taking it tighter through this room. Threading that needle. Whoa, very close to bonking there. Almost made himself into a smiley dent. Nice skim, that looked like a skim anyway. Great speed here. And the ups just keeps going ups. Good speed at the end, 46.7. Well done to Haste and top 3. 3rd place.
Oh, actually, do we want to watch that again since it's the...
Yeah, we're top 3. We can do a replay, can't we? I gotta say, I'm really happy with these VQ3 routes. It looks so clean. Yeah, these skims, these sort of vertical skims, he just done another one there, I think. They look really good. Not something you can do in race physics, really, with the double jump, of course. But it looks really nice when they do it here. Man, that was so close. I really like this route across this room. Some people might have had the idea that this map isn't really made with DBT or vintage in mind, but when you see stuff like that, stuff just works so well for DBT physics in some of these rooms. So very well played from Haste.
All right.
RDK in the chat saying that this map was very painful for Haste.
Interesting.
3rd place though, worth it in the end. Going to get a lot of points for that.
Yeah. All right, we ready for 2nd?
Yep. Who do we have?
Dex.
Another legendary, absolutely legendary, one of the most legendary defraggers. Been 1st place in VQ3 defrag World Cup for as long as it's been going, probably. Oh, nice route there. Look at that spacing, very tight. Making good use of that angled wall. Taking the tight route through here as well. I think that was a little bit of a ground frame there. Nice skim. Loads of speed after that bonk as well. just about 1500 ups as we go through this teleport. A lot of people been having that speed. Slick or no slick, it's right onto the slick. Very efficient and very, like, that was like a VQ3, like, forward and strafe key slick, I think. Yeah, we see this one again. This route is very nice from Dex. Coming across here on the top. Well, after this turn. The vibrancy is out off its fucking tits here, Adam.
It is. I've been watching
Like
Dex's
reshape or
stream.
something.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a
Yeah,
fan.
this tight route, tight, like on the top there, and then the tight route around that corner, and then threading the needle here. It's very, very nice. It's a combination of the previous runs that we've seen. But yeah, Dex, another person who's been streaming his runs. I've been streaming a lot of Diabotical and Defrag as well, so head on over to Dex's stream and give him a follow. Massive shout outs to all the streamers out there, especially me. Right, but it's time for first place, Adam. I don't care about anybody else. They're all losers. I want to see the winner. Show me the winner.
Yeah, this is what we've been waiting for.
Hell yeah. I think I can guess who it is.
It's
There he
Goblin.
is. Gobble, let's go. Massive gamer of the week. And it looks like he's just chilling. It looks like he's just taking his time. Going that top route. Oh, that was like a skim on that wall bonk there. Did you see that? He didn't quite hit the angled wall. He sort of skimmed into it. That was interesting. Oh, look at that half beat. That is sexy. All the way into the teleporter. 1550. That's the highest, and that was before the teleporter. Wow, look at this speed. 22 off the slick. 45.2. Goblin. Jesus. Sorry, Dex had a 45.7. Oh yeah, I forgot to point out, Haste 46.7, Dex 45.7. Massive jump between third and second place, and then Goblin. Another decent jump, 45.7 to 45.2. And then yeah, that skim right there, did you see that on that angle wall? That's really nice. And then this half beat strafe into the half beat strafe after the bonk is just ridiculous accuracy. And then yeah, 1550 going through that teleporter, the fastest we've seen. And then just continues the half beat.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Just
he hasn't
all the
pressed
way
W in
through.
ages.
Yeah. Non-W gamers, let's go. Yeah, one more time on this one, please, Adam.
For the
Let
boys.
it run. Just as a treat. Excellent run from Dex. Sorry, from Goblin, my mistake. Excellent run from Dex as well. But Goblin's is better. This here. Oh, that's great. It looks strange, but I think it's good. I don't know enough about diabolical physics, but it looks pretty good. Going over the top here as well. And just from here on out, not a W is seen. Not a W is pressed. Not one. Oh, the spacing, the routing on that, just before those stairs, just to catch that just right. That is a very precise run. Very precise route, rather. Massively well played to the Diabotical crew. Do we have a nice little leaderboard to take a look at, Adam?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There you have it. Shout outs to all the runners: Halvor GB, Ace, Piotsky, Cause, Raven, DH Cold, Tofu, Mystic, Narcos, Dino, Shatui, Haste, Dex, and of course your winner for the first round, Goblin. Give him a hand.
Oh, I've got push to talk. I don't know if you can hear that. I tried.
Maybe don't do that again, Adam. That's all right. Moving on. Let's get some wiggle physics on the.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you were enjoying all that like smoothness coming from Diabotical Physics.
Oh yeah, we're about to induce some travel sickness. I think motion sickness.
All right.
Can you reveal how many runs do we have in vintage?
So, we had 14 runs in Diabotical.
Yep.
Now we move on to vintage with a
Mhm.
whopping 22.
22 runs in vintage. Let's go. I'm happy. I'm happy that the vintage boys and girls and everyone else. I'm happy that they're happy to submit.
Yep,
At least 22 of them,
for sure.
for sure.
All right. In 22nd place,
Give it to me.
once again, it's LTT calls.
Let's go. Doesn't use the C guys here, obviously, because it's not useful. Not as useful in vintage. Obviously, the katana is very useful for just slicing through the air to reduce drag. Interesting use. Yeah, we'll see some interesting use of that ramp, which I don't think is used in any other route, or physics rather. I don't think we'll. Okay, we will. I was going to say I don't think we'll see teleporter usage here, but right onto the slick. Nope, doesn't want the slick. Very nice. 44.5 from Cause. Well played. Shoutouts to Cause. Just because.
Yeah, just cause. Never played that game.
So it's not that good.
Raven.
Let's go. Raven in 21st place. Massive shoutouts to all the gamers who submit in all three physics. Absolute legends, the lot of them. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of routes we're going to see in vintage. Seeing some different parts of the map, I hope. Raven ignoring that steep ramp a little while ago. Doesn't want that first teleporter. Will he take the second? I think he might. He's going for it. What about players with two physics? Sorry, I'm not, that's not good enough. One of that slick, some vintage slick action. Finishing with a 44.2. Only a little bit ahead of Cause.
All right. 20th place.
Moving on, yeah. Who do we have?
Sickly.
Let's go Sickly. One of the few Spanish runners we have here in the time trials community. Mainly a race player, I think, but you know, clearly likes to dip his toes in the vintage pool. Thinking about kind of similar to Cause. Again, no first telly. No second telly. Trying to take a wee shortcut there across. He's too far away from that slick. He's definitely not going to use it. 43.9. And still, Adam, no one has gone through the gate. I am very upset.
Yeah.
I am gatekeeping these runs. Someone must go through the gate soon.
We can hope. Let's see if 19th place Delios Axis does.
Mr. Delios Axis, author of round 2 EggCup map and winner, first place winner of the time trials portion of the mapping competition. Won with his new map Arctis. Very nice strafe / slick map. You should definitely check out if you haven't played it. And a slightly different route here we're seeing. At last. We looked a bit undecided there about that teleport. Kind of looked like he was going to go for it. A nice shortcut here. Doesn't go all the way through that shortcut. And doesn't go through the gate, but a 43.3 finish for Delios. Oh, and who was that I saw there in the scoreboard? If you caught it, you caught it. If not, you'll have to wait till later. But yeah, massive shout outs to Delios for making awesome maps and submitting awesome runs. Of course, Delios as well won the first mapping competition with his rocket map Toxic, which is one of
Mm.
my favorite maps. I've spent a long time grinding that map. So yeah, well played.
All right, talking of awesome runs,
Hell yeah.
Piotrski once again.
Biotsky! Let's go. Piotrski also doing well in the mapping competition with his map Lickety Split, which is a very fun, very nice looking strafe map, very fast strafe map as well. Definitely check it out. Making very good use of these ramps. That's 3 ramps he's hitting. He's hit in this run. Taking the first slick. Will he take the slick? And he's looking good for it. Oh, doesn't want it. 42.4. Very close all these runs so far. Very close together. But yeah, nice use of the ramps. Of course, ramps very beneficial in Vintage if they are in the route that you're using, of course. Every little bit of extra speed you can get in Vintage is very helpful because you can't just slam on the accelerator like you can in race physics. Every unit of speed is hard earned, I think, in these physics. And speaking of legendary Vintage players, Adam,
Oh,
don't why did you make that noise? Don't make that noise.
just kidding. We've got, well, I mean, brace your eyes, I guess. We've got Craxel.
Let's go, Craxel. Oh, who's that I see in the top left? Is that the man himself? Adam, I think he might have a better beard than I do.
Jesus.
Yeah. Bigger beard, bigger fob.
Is that a canon
Legs.
view as well? I hope so.
Bigger can. Without a doubt. Wireless mouse gang as well, by the looks of things.
It's the way to be. Except for when the battery runs out
I tried it recently and I
midstream.
wasn't a fan. Midstream.
Yeah, I was producing the CP. No, yeah, CPM. Yeah, mouse just completely died.
Nice. Good to see someone finally take that shortcut there on the right hand side. And it goes through the gate, Adam! Hell
Let's
yeah,
go.
Craxel. Fucking gamer of the week. Let's go. Craxel's my new favourite gamer, even if his field of view is as, wide as it is. And a 40.7 as well, significant jump in times. This is the most significant we've seen so far.
Mm.
Everything before this has been pretty close together. That's almost a 2-second jump.
All right, 16th place.
Show it to me.
Unity.
Let's go, Unity. Haven't seen Unity around for a while. Glad he's decided to come back and grind out some times for the EggCup. Unity has been a Vintage player since he started playing Diabotical. Oh, nice little route there using that sort of wall there on the bridge. Or just before the bridge. Using the stairway. Gonna take a wee shortcut here. Nice. Through the window. Into the gate. No. 40.5 though. Very well played. And he's happy. Look how happy he is. Let's go, Unity. Yeah, good to see returning players to time trials. Because we've seen quite a few nice updates for time trials. Obviously the weapon changes probably the biggest. But probably equally as big, if not bigger, which kind of goes unnoticed because it hasn't really been utilized, or it's only just starting to get utilized by the mappers, is the new triggers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's definitely bringing people back to time trials. We've
Yeah,
certainly seen a more than a few returning players checking new features out.
Me
But
included.
yes, absolutely. Check out Remy on the content server. Top
Yeah,
15.
sorry, I was just gonna say I'm doing the art currently, and it's I'm pretty happy with it.
Nice.
Hopefully
With
it
the top
can live up to Villa standards and be in the top 20 next year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Adam also doing well in the mapping competition. Best of year 1. Villa. Also a great map. Go check it out.
All right, 15th place.
Let's do it.
Ace returning.
Let's go Ace Q2. Does Quake 2 have an air control mode? Or is it just...
I don't know. I was
I
gonna
don't know
say, I
anything
feel like
about it.
of all of these of all of the bipedal physics-based whatever games, I feel like Quake 2 and Vintage are like the furthest apart.
Yeah. Well, some people in the chat telling us it does have an air control mode, so that's exciting.
Q2
Shout out to
Pro.
all the Q2 players. Well, we're getting some conflicting answers in the chat. Who knows whether it does or not. But Ace definitely seems comfortable with a wee bit of air control. Taking that shortcut right side at the end. Gate. Yes, let's go, lad. 40.5. Right in the gate. Oh, I'm so happy, Adam. Gives me tingles up my spine.
All right.
Yep.
Do you know what also gives me tingles up my spine?
Go on.
More Vintage runs.
More vintage runs. Let's go. Who's up next?
DH Cold once again.
DH Cole with his letterbox. Let's go. And that is one wide sword. That's a fucking paddle, that thing, isn't it? You could sail up a river in that. Or with that, rather. Maybe kind of hard with a big hole in the middle, though. Similar route through these first couple of rooms. Not really going out of his way to hit any of those ramps. At least, not so far. How tight are we going to go on this right hand side? Going outside a wee bit. But the speed's good. And the gate is even better. 40.4, let's go. Noticing a pattern. The vintage players going for the gate every time.
Mm-hmm.
They love it. Legends, in my opinion.
Let's see if it continues.
I hope it does.
13th place. Ingajik.
Let's go. I'm sure we are just murdering the pronunciation of that name.
Yeah, I'm
Massive
sorry.
shout outs to Inga with a very cool HUD. Shout out, like, cool HUD awards to Inga and epic crosshair, which I always have to mention because it's just cool. Nice, yeah, nice, interesting route here. Did you see there was a little sort of step on the side of the wall that they used right there? I think we might see more of that. Nice tight lines. And it's a gate run of 38.9. Let's go. Sub 40. Can we see that run again, actually? Because I would just want to point out something. They do take that very steep ramp, and it gives them a pretty decent boost. So I'm wondering if that's gonna stay in these routes, you know? See that little step right there, just on the wall, you can barely see it. And then bang, 200 ups from that ramp. Just like that. From 1,000 to 1,200.
Big ups.
Yeah, it is a big ups. That's I just wanted to point that out. That and the little sort of step coming out of the wall. That looks, you know, placed there just for vintage. Makes this route pretty interesting, I think. And of course, instant replay of the gate. Game over. Very well played, very nice route. And a good use of that steep ramp, because we love steep ramps in this game. Give lots of speed. Well, it's more of a love-hate relationship, isn't it, really? With ramps. But let's not go into
Ramps going down good, ramps going up. Yeah. All right, 12th place.
Give it to me.
Speaking of going down, these time.
Hmm.
It's Hobo.
Let's go Hobo. Another mapper. Probably one of the few dedicated vintage mappers in this game. I don't know if Hobo has made a map for any physics other than vintage. I think he has DBT versions of his vintage maps, but I don't think that really counts. And again, using that little wall there, just like Inga did. Not going for that steep ramp though, maybe a little bit too out of the way. Nice route, look at this. Good ramp hit. Nice tight shortcut there. Very nice, 38.7, let's go. Steadily moving down. Yeah, I think he has made a few maps in different physics, but mainly a vintage mapper, and definitely one of the best vintage mappers that we have.
You seem to be roboting there a little bit, Al. Hope it passes.
Is that better? No, it isn't.
Oh well. You ready to move on?
Yeah, I think I'm okay now.
Okie dokie.
You hear me okay?
Yeah, seems okay.
Alright, cool.
Alright, in 11th place, we have the one and only Redman.
Redman. Let's go. Pay close attention to that jump key. Nah, I'm only messing. Redman's a legend. Another great streamer. Click on his name in the chat and follow. Streams a lot of vintage, streams a lot of Quake 1 speedrunning as well. There's that ramp. Good speed boost from that ramp again. And another ramp. Let's go. He likes his ramps, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. A little bit too much, I think.
Good speed here. Look at this. Not quite making that shortcut, but it doesn't matter. The speed's going to make up for it. 38.6. Steadily moving towards faster runs, I guess. I don't know what I was going to say there.
Well, they're not going to get slower, I hope.
No,
otherwise, our maths.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Google spreadsheets have really let us down there.
Yeah. But yeah, very well played for Redman. Redman's a player who I've just seen steadily improve in this game. I remember when he first came in and he was submitting, not the best times, but, he's a new player. You're not going to hold it against him. Redman has definitely improved a lot since he first started playing Diabotical, and as well in the Quake 1. So shout outs to Redman. Always improving, always getting better, always submitting PBs.
Doesn't matter what time you get as long as you're getting better.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's getting better at the Diabotical.
Every day.
Speaking of getting better, let's see what Sphere can do.
Sphere, also, I believe, a Quake 1 runner, or possibly Half-Life. I think it's probably Quake. And also, one of my favorite games ever, Star Trek Voyager Elite Force speedrunner. Shout outs to anyone who remembers that game.
I remember you streaming it.
It's a Quake 3 engine game. And this is a nice route as well, nice and tight around that corner. Sphere is a Quake legend, apparently, and a Doombringer speedrunner, lest we forget. Nice, very good spacing for that shortcut, and bang, right on that little bridge. He didn't go through the gate, but he aimed for it, so I'll give him that, and that is a 38.5 for Sphere in 10th place. Yeah, that was a great shortcut in the end. Very well spaced.
Speaking of Quake 3 engine games,
Yeah.
discovered that Jedi Knight has a defrag mode, which is sick.
Yeah.
Even has CGAS.
Yeah, man. Sick.
Alright.
Shout outs to all the early 90s Quake 3 engine games.
Yep.
Or well, I say early 90s, late 90s. It would have to be, wouldn't it?
Guess so,
Given
yeah.
Very late 90s.
Let's go with early 2000.
Yeah, probably better.
All right. Damn, we're already in the top 10.
Speeding through it. We're speedrunning
Yeah,
this.
we're getting
one,
through it.
We're going to get a new
All right.
PB, Adam, if we keep going at this pace.
I doubt it. In 9th place, we've got That Snuffy.
That's Snuffy.
Yeah, not
That
any
one?
Snuffy, that one.
Nice, let's go Snuffy. Get out of Snuffy's way, whoever that was. He's coming through. Nice route, keeping it tight around the corner. Ooh, a little bit of a skim there on that ledge. Nice shortcut. Not brave enough to go for the bridge. Would have made it anyway. 38.2, let's go. Snuffy's getting called out as a VTuber in the chat, Adam. I wonder how true that is. I better tune into one of those streams. I love VTubers, me. Moving into the top 8. Who do we have?
We have Edward G.
Let's go Edward G. I believe Edward speedruns Half-Life or Quake. It's definitely one of them, or both of them. But yeah, definitely very familiar with the classic left and right wiggle physics. The real Edward G. And 8th place, indeed. Top 8, though. Good speed here. Going for that nice shortcut. Just winging it right at the end. 37.8 for Ed. In 8th place. And I think the vintage runners are maybe starting to realise that there's something very interesting going on at the top of the vintage leaderboard, but we'll leave that for later. We'll leave that for later. For now, though, all I'm interested in is 7th place. 7th place.
That is very interesting.
It's about to get better.
Once again, we've got Crunchy Tofu.
Let's go. Love a tofu run. If that wasn't obvious before. Nice little skim. Look at this speedo. Taking that ramp. Oh, look at that speed boost. Let's go. Another ramp, just about catching it. Like I said earlier about these ramps in vintage, man, they help a lot. Look at that speedo, man, it just keeps going up. 37.7. Very close here in the top 8 so far. The speed from Tofu is crazy, man. He definitely knows how to make that ops meter go burr.
Alright.
Fuck the ramps, says Ed.
Alright, 6th place.
Let me have it.
It's Ninja.
Let's go Ninja, there he is. Just chatting. Just chatting stream at this
why
point.
not?
I think some of the vintage runners were not really happy with this pre-run. Pre-running is annoying, for sure, and it's probably more annoying in vintage than other physics. Good speed gain here. Kind of similar route to Tofu so far. Good speed coming down here. Not making much of that shortcut, to be perfectly honest, but 37.6. Awesome, gentlemen. What a lad.
Was that a little bit of a little bit of a table slap at the end from Ninja.
Very excited, boy.
Yeah, got a bit
I've
of
seen it.
yeah, still slapping desks.
Yeah, still slapping desks. That's a 1 second penalty, by the way, desk slapping, just so you know. So bump his time down a wee bit.
Unlucky Ninja.
Sorry, mate. No, very well played, Ninja. Also, very good streamer, as you can see. Head on over and follow him. I think it's Ninja. It's not Ninja07. It might be Ninja06. I'm not really sure. But yeah, definitely go and give him a follow if you see him streaming.
All right.
Top 5. This is where it gets very interesting.
Very interesting, and I can't wait. I might not even watch the run. I'm just going to watch chat's reaction to this one.
Well, let's not keep him waiting any longer.
In 5th place, we have Chambers.
Chambers. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Chambers in 5th place. But I mean, look at this run. I think that this is going to be in 5th place. Wow, the chat is.
Jesus, look at this chat interaction.
They're very surprised to see this. But look at these strafes, man. How can this be 5th place? What are you talking about, Adam? Look, he takes the stairs. Look at this route. You telling me this isn't the 1st place run? You're lying. You're straight up lying.
Look, the maths doesn't lie.
Look at these strafes. 36.8. We're now in the 36 territory. It is a sick run, and it's 5th place. Are you kidding me? So we got 4 runners to come.
Yeah.
Who do we? I don't know. I mean, obviously we already know, so we can't really.
Yeah,
we can't really speculate, but
yeah, the illusion is ruined.
But the chat. Oh,
yeah, and I mean, I think it's going to be the same here. Again, I can't wait to see the chat here in 4th place.
Absolutely insane route from Chambers. Just before we go on, absolutely insane route from Chambers. Massive shout-outs. Chambers, an amazing runner again. Runs Quake very, very well. And yeah, just sets world records and Diabotical like it's nothing. 5th place. But,
yeah, I think he'll be back for this one.
Yeah, I really hope this lights a fire under his arse, by the way. Knowing now what he's up against. Yeah. But anyway, moving on.
I think we might have seen that from Dex in the Diabotical as well. You know, with Goblin taking it, thinking, maybe I could do with playing more than just 3 runs.
Yeah, maybe not as easy as you thought when you're up against players like Haste and Goblin.
All right. In 4th place,
give it to me.
We have Brain Fluid.
Brain Fluid? You're telling me Chambers and Brain Fluid are both out of the top 3 in the 1st round of the Diabotical EggCup? Are you joking me right now, Adam?
Afraid not.
Wow. Look at this up meter. It's fixed. It's just moving up. It's just steadily going up. Look at it. It's not slowing down at all. That's crazy. Just consistent acceleration. Good use of ramps as well. Not quite as flashy a route as Chambers, but you know, look at the speed gain. It's hard to argue with that. 36.8. So close. 36.867 for Chambers. 36.817 for Brain Fluid. Insanely close between these 2 runners. Insanely close. And these are kind of, I don't want to say rivals, because you know they're mates. But there's a kind of friendly rivalry between them, I reckon. And that's not going to do anything to help that. I think that rivalry is about to get a little bit less friendly.
And I wonder if new ones are going to form.
Oh, potentially. We've got 3 runs left. And who could they possibly be?
Wow.
Who could they possibly be?
We're going to find out which one is 3rd place.
Trauma Queen says they're co-conspirators in the chat, which I think is very accurate. That's probably much better.
Are you accusing people of route sharing in my EggCup?
Absolutely. Dirty route sharing bastards. But anyway, top 3 vintage, give it to me.
Not even in the same clan.
I can't wait. Come on.
It's Goblin.
It's Goblin, Gamer of the Week. You might have spied him earlier on some of the scoreboards, if you for the keen-eyed. But yeah, Goblin, doing so well in Vintage. A physics rule set that I haven't seen him play before, honestly. And from what I hear, I don't think he spent that much time on it.
Mm.
If only there was a way we could see how much time the players
Look,
spent
Al,
on
we've been
stuff.
through this one. We've been through this.
It would be so good to see it though.
Ah.
Look at this speed. I mean, we're not seeing anything really that new in terms of route. It's just executed better.
Mm-hmm.
It
I was
seems
going
to
to make
be
a joke
anyway.
about how this map has slicks, that's why Goblins do well, but you didn't even go on
He
it.
doesn't use it.
No, why not?
36.7. Let's watch this one again. Now, given that we're in the top 3, we can do a few replays. Why not? But yeah, like I said, there's not. I mean, maybe the vintage players would disagree with me here, and there's definitely subtle differences using this ramp being one. But there's not much of a difference. Well, there's nothing here that we haven't seen already. Basically, not like Chambers run, where it was like completely different. You know, just making good use of these ramps, cutting the corners when he can. Very tight corner cutting here. And yeah, there you go, 36.7. 2 runners remain in Vintage. And I think people might, at this point, through just sheer process of elimination, have maybe guessed who might be up there, but I'm hoping that we still surprise some people.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, Adam, who's in second place for Vintage
In
for
second
round
place.
1?
It's Trauma Queen.
Let's go Trauma Queen. Another runner who just throws out world records like it's nothing. Not only in Vintage, but also in race. Very, very sick runner.
Throwing out maps too.
Yeah. Yeah, recently started uploading some maps to the content server, so we'll check them out. Not taking that steep ramp at the start. Takes a very similar route to Chambers here. Doesn't really cut that corner much, but does cut this one a fair bit. And then it's just strafes. It's just strafes to the end with a 36.6. That's a pretty significant jump. That's almost 100 ms, or it's more than 100 ms jump from Goblin actually. 36.797 for Goblin. 36.694. So hell yeah, let's go. Didn't notice the first ramp at all, says Trauma Queen. But yeah, this sort of mid route action here that Chambers and Trauma Queen is doing.
Noctis trying to make sure people use the features that he implemented in the game.
Shout outs to Noctis for doing so much work to help make this EggCup as good as it is. Can't shout out Noctis enough. Amazing Quake 3 player. Played tons of Duel, and Quake 3 was really good at it. What a legendary Duel player in Quake 3 and Quake Live. Can't shout him out enough for that. But Adam, you're keeping me in such suspense here. Who is number 1? Please tell us.
Well, I have seen the name pop up in chat, which is more than I was expecting. So we may as well just get it over with.
Let's go.
It's only Chatouille.
Bloody Chatouille, first place in the EggCup. Vintage, let's go. Hell yeah, very, very proud of Chatouille here. Look at this chat. They did not see this coming. I didn't see it coming. So going wide, very wide here at the route to abuse these 2 ramps. And the third. And he's got lots of speed, threading that needle, etc, etc. Using the stairs as well. So different from anybody else's route. Look at this. Is this guy playing race physics right now? Wow. The speed at the end as well. 36.4. What a route from Chatouille. Yeah, there you go. It's all in the route. It's all in the route. I'm very happy to see the respect from the other Vintage players in the chat here. But yeah, Chatouille definitely stepping up his game. And this coming out strong in the first round of the Vintage here. Doing really well in Diabotical as well. 4th place in Diabotical. 1st place in Vintage. This guy's going to win some money, Adam. This guy's got some money coming his way,
Yeah,
and
it's looking like it.
Wow, 36.4 as well. A significant jump from Trauma Queen's 36.6.
Should we maybe watch this in slow motion?
I mean, you can if you want. It's yeah, whatever. We do the next one slow mo. Yeah, why not? We do have the tech. I'm loving these reactions in chat. Goblin saying this map is even cooler than he thought. Cooler than he thought. Cooler than he thought. Inga apparently was considering this route as well. Ed's very impressed by the route. And yeah, Defy Theo in the chat, shout outs to Chris. It really does go to show how great this map is, and this is what a map. This is very, very impressed by this. Like, I'd seen it before and I knew it was going to be sick, so I kind of limited my exposure to it because I wanted to get the full effect when, you know, everyone finally started playing it. And wow, I think the entire community, not just Time Trials players, because I have seen non-Time Trials players joining in the grinds on the EggCup servers all throughout the week. This is going to go down as one of the best Time Trials maps in the game, for sure. Wow, this route though, look at this at the end. This is race physics right here. Crazy stuff. Just completely cutting that corner as much as he could in the end. 36.4, first place in Vintage. Amazing runs. Like that top 5 in Vintage is the most impressive and surprising bunch of runs that I've seen since we started doing competitive time trial stuff on this channel, without a doubt. Oh, I don't know if I can go on, Adam. We got another how many runs in race?
You're not getting that out of me that easy.
Oh, sorry, yeah, of course. Let's take a quick look at the Vintage leaderboard as it stands. Massive shoutouts to all the players. I'm going to read them all again. It's Cause, Raven, Sickly, Delios, Axis, Piotsky, Kraxel, Unity, Ace, DH Cold, Ingajig, Hobo, Redman, Sphere, That Snuffy, Eberg, Tofu, Ninja, Chambers, Brainfluid, Goblin, Trauma Queen, and Shatui. Wow, amazing runs from all these runs. Massive shoutouts to everyone. Sorry, my throat's a bit dry after that one.
Yeah, people clap in the chat, everybody.
Great stuff. All right, now can we know about the Vintage? I mean,
well, you may be thinking, right? Oh, 14 runs in Diabotical, Christ, oof, 22 runs in Vintage. That's got to be more than race. What if I tell you it isn't?
Please do.
We have 28 race runs.
Hell yeah, 28. That's almost as many runs as we would show in a DFWC 30, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we get into the... Would we only show top 30 if we had more than 30?
Well, I don't know. Let's cross that fucking bridge.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but you guys know what to do.
Yeah.
To find out.
Submit. So, right, come on, we got tons of runs to get through. Let's not.
We've got too many. So in 28th place, we've got a name that I've not seen before and don't know how to pronounce.
I'm gonna go with Chris.
Yeah, we'll go with Chris.
Shout outs to Chris. Chris Chapika, maybe, I think is how you say it. You can see the name in the top right. Same clan as Sickly, by the way. So maybe a friend of Sickly's. Show 2 runs at once, says Mystic. Just speed through them.
I don't know what's going on with the black bars, by the way. Nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it's just a video. Don't worry about it. This might actually be Vintage Physics, for all I know. But yeah, shout outs to all new players. If you're thinking that you'd like to play time trials and you like to play in the EggCup, but you might think that you're not good or you're too slow or it won't be worth it because you're a bad player, yada yada yada, load of fucking old nonsense. Doesn't matter how bad or good you are. Submit, submit, submit. Play time trials. Get involved, man. Seriously, because it's so worth it. It is so worth it. And I've spoken to many people who I've introduced to the game, and I've since played it a lot, and they've gotten better. You know, it's worth it. It's worth it for sure.
Yeah, and like join a server. There's always servers up. If there isn't, make one, and people will join, and you can ask questions. Nobody will make fun of you. But there's also, you know, there's lots of different, you know, like tutorials online on how to strafe jump. It's pretty similar to other games, so you can figure it out. There's also an online tool that you can play on your browser that has like a CGAS HUD and stuff, and it even has like a tutorial on how to strafe jump and stuff. So if you're interested in that, I'll check it in the Discord later. But yeah, join the Discord, ask questions. Just play the game, dude. It's good.
Get involved in the community, because
even if you're just playing while you're waiting for your pickup to start.
Yeah, which a lot of sort of high level wipeout players, if that's a thing, have been doing recently. So shout outs to them.
For sure. Play more time trials. And I know who's been playing time trials.
Go on.
In 27th place, we have Osmorph. Osmorph.
Yeah, Osmorph has played, I think, Time Trials League before in the past. So not a completely new name, but always good to see people that we don't usually see, for sure. Massive shout-outs to everyone in the community. As much as we love watching the fast runs, I love to see that people are getting involved. And kind of a pretty cool route, actually, to be honest. I quite like it. Good shortcut at the end, cutting these corners. Gate. Almost gate. 40.2 for Osmorph. Sorry, that was a 51.6 as well for Chris. Well played. But, oh, Adam, I know what's coming next. I don't know if you know what's coming next. But, well, I won't say anything.
I've got an idea. In 26th place, we have Laggy Luke.
Absolute fucking madman, by the way. Look at this. This man's playing on a PlayStation controller. And not only that, Adam, he's doing it really well.
Yeah.
Look at these strafes. How crazy is that? So I don't know exactly what he sent me a link before about the software that he's using to do this, but you can see he's using the D-pad for obviously your WASD. The right stick is the mouse, I guess, or like that's your
yeah. But there doesn't seem to be any up and down.
No, it doesn't look like.
He's only using left. He's only going left and right. Maybe the other stick can go up and down if you need to, but.
Well, if he's going to continue, let's keep this one running because it's so sick. If he's going to continue to submit like that, he's going to have a very, very hard time on the round 2 map, I think. But you know, I believe.
And for those of you who don't remember or weren't around, Laggy Luke also submitted once with a racing wheel.
Yeah, racing wheel and pedals as well for that was the Crystal Rush EggCup, and I think it was race physics that he submitted in. So literally among us there.
Yeah, he's gone from iRacing to Trackmania. Fair enough.
Yeah, massive shout out just to the creativity of Laggy Luke here and putting in this probably quite a few painful hours of learning how to actually make this work. And like I say, look at these stripes. Adam, can you do sub 40 on this map?
I've never tried, but probably not. Way to call me out, bro.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying,
I think you did.
Sub 40. I mean, I couldn't do sub 40 with a controller. I can do sub 60 with a controller. Sorry, I realize now that sounded really harsh and accusatory. I didn't mean it to sound like that.
No, it's true.
Right, but wow, Laggy Luke, Jesus Christ, you absolute madman. The finisher just built different, Adam. They're
Oh
just
yeah,
made
for
of
sure,
different stuff.
absolutely.
They're made of coffee and beer and snow, I guess, and saunas. Yeah, and apparently weird controller setups. Oh, and F1. Or is it Rally? Probably both. But yeah, 39.7 from Laggy look just mental. You're fucking nuts, mate. What are you playing at? But anyway, moving on to back to reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noctis, you're talking about a guy called Genius. He was very cool. He played Quake Live and Quake Champions with a controller, and he was really good at it. Really, really good at it. He played competitively. I don't know how high a level, but you know, it can be done. You know what I mean? And it can be done very well.
All right, I think we need a bit of normality,
Yes, please.
and there's nothing more normal than seeing a Raven run.
Let's go, Raven. Legend of the game. Just never stops giving, this guy. Never stops. Laggy, look, I love your run. It's my desktop wallpaper.
Can a wallpaper engine on the go, just have it on loop.
Nice route here from Raven. Sort of hybrid of a mid and the high routes here. Like a roller coaster, up and down, all over the place. Taking the slick as well. Let's go. 37.0. Outside of Diabotical, we really haven't seen much use of the slick, but I guess it's kind of out of the way. I don't think we will see it that much.
All right.
Oh yeah, Raven in 25th place with 37.0.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready for 24th?
I'm so ready, Adam.
We have Zebrazilla.
Zebrazilla, let's go. With another cool HUD. I quite like it. It's not a HUD that I would use myself, but I appreciate it for sure.
Avant-garde.
Yeah, it's just all right there. Everything you need. Very clean. Clearly thought about the position of every element here. Good strafes. Holding on to it. Cutting that corner a wee bit. 35.3. Let's go. We're getting faster. That's a significant jump. And yeah, huge field of view, as always. Craxel appreciates.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for us pulling that up and showing it to Craxel is like, it's like the opposite effect of us seeing Craxel's run. Like we pull it up and it's so wide and we go, ah.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Then we pull that one up and he goes, oh, it looks so good now.
Yeah.
Total opposite there.
Oh, damn, this stream is amazing.
I love these settings.
All right. 23rd.
Give it to me.
Tilimorph.
Telemorph, let's go with the best avatar in the game. Massive shout outs to Telemorph. I know Telemorph from speedrunning Super Metroid actually. So very, very new player here in Time Trials. Been putting a lot of time in. Was very excited to try the EggCup. Very interested as well in the Defrag World Cup, being a viewer on my stream. So yeah, getting involved in the community. Love to see it. And improving as well. Like Telemorph, every time I spoke to him was like, oh yeah, I'm probably going to come last. Probably going to come last and all this rubbish. 23rd. Definitely been improving a lot since they got into it. And finishing there with a time of 35.3. Massive, massive shout outs to Telemorph.
Absolutely.
And, play more Super Metroid. The best speedrun game. And I hope the Telemorph is pleased with their time.
Mm. Right, 22nd place.
It's not. Yeah,
I think we try it.
we try it. It's not in there.
Is it not?
No, I don't think so. Does it work though?
Who knows?
I don't think it does.
Let's try it.
It's not gonna work.
Here goes nothing.
Oh. God damn it, Peensreaker, what are you doing? Man's out here with 3 monitors. Just chilling. Is this in like... Okay, I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. Ultra wide. Yeah, crazy setup. You can just about make out the... And look at this, like... Look at... The console doesn't
Yeah, the
scale.
console doesn't work, so he needs to type things in.
He's just spamming the console so his token gets recorded. God damn it, Peensreaker. I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't work, but it worked. So yeah, that's a run.
Oh, wait.
Oh wait. Oh wait.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hell yeah. I mean, it's a wee bit blurry, but it still looks better than what it did at least. Back to normality. Is it like in slow-mo or something? Is it not playing back at full speed? It looks weird. Like it doesn't.
I have it at 100%, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something that probably cheating. Check in PC. It goes slow-mo halfway, yeah, it's weird. Definitely check in PC.
Time scaling.
Yeah. I love Peensreaker just apologizing in the chat.
So that was who reported the ultra-wide console issue.
Yeah, 34.9. Well done, Peensreaker. Please never submit again. Nah, I'm only messing. Apology not accepted. Oh, shout outs though. I love it. If you stretch the video, it stretches the timeline. That's class.
Okay, hopefully I've remembered how I had it before.
Oh god. Who's up next then?
All right.
21st place.
21st place. Again, we need some normality. And thankfully, well, hopefully, we're going to get it.
I hope so.
Apparently not.
Nice.
Just apparently not.
It's just, don't worry about it. It's all good. We'll get there. We'll get there. Alright, so time for 20th place. No, let's go. We'll fix it. How are you all enjoying the show? Let me have I'm going to have a quick one-to-one with chat if you don't mind, Adam, while you sort that out. Come on, chat, how's it going? You having a good night? You enjoying the runs? Let me know. If you're not enjoying the runs, don't let me know because I don't care. Don't ever speak to me again. Thank you. Shout outs to Donald. I'm much looking forward to Donald's run. Some of the weapon maps. Next week's map's going to be very interesting. Yeah, I am very, very pleasantly surprised by some of the results that we're seeing here. Goblin doesn't think race can match up to vintage, but we'll see. And I mean, it's hard to argue right there. It is really hard to argue with that. Massive upset almost in the vintage top 5.
All right, there we go. We got Piotrski.
There we go. It's Piotrski in 21st place. Again, go and follow Piotrski. Excellent streamer. Streams often. Streams time trials, and nothing but the time trials. That was a
nice skim
read.
there.
Yeah. Just took it to the face, didn't he?
Yeah, interesting though that the splits were in the red for a while.
Yeah, he's brought it back. Shout outs to the splits. Caught in that corner. Very nice. 34.4. Loving it. Loving it. Streams with good music, he certainly does. Not like some of these other streamers.
Hi.
I'm way ahead of your jokes, Noctis. I'm way ahead of it. I'm in your head, mate.
All right, you ready for top 20?
Give it to me.
It's Delius Axis again.
Let's go Delios. One of the best mappers in the game. I mean, literally the best mapper in the game if we're looking at...
Yeah, two-time champ. Shout out.
Champion. Yeah, reigning map champion. Nice speed gain. Going through this top route. Ooh, going through the little window. Going to give him the spacing that he needs to clear that massive gap, and it is a massive gap. 33.3 in the end. Pretty good jump, over a second from the last run.
All right, 19th place.
Give it to me.
DH Cold.
Hell yeah.
Who actually, considered stream.
Yeah, true enough. Triple threat as well, submitting in all three physics, I believe.
Yeah.
There's a hella rivalry developing in the chat, and I apologize for the use of the word hella between Noctis and MVC. So their results will be interesting later. But not before. DH Cold's running the same spacing before. Is he going to take it very tight? Almost. Still cuts a fair chunk from that corner. 33.2, just a wee bit faster than Delios. Just a hair. But yeah, shout out to DH Cold. Keep making cool maps.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hair.
Yeah?
Haircuts for men.
Haircuts for men. Is he listening? Oh, he's not got the thing on. I bet he is, though. Even though the little Spotify thing isn't recorded, I bet he's got haircuts for men on in the background. Almost certainly.
He wasn't.
Liar.
Disqualified.
I don't believe you. Nice. Similar route here, going up onto the top. Oh, and dropping straight back down. A little bit of a skim there. Just a tiny little one. Cutting these corners at the end, keeping that smooth line. Bang. 32.9. Let's go. Yeah, Frag Stealer. Shout out to Frag Stealer. I've seen him on the servers as well. I don't think it is the Frag Stealer from Warsaw, hate to agree. I was in a server where someone asked him and he says that it wasn't. It wasn't Frag Stealer, the classic Frag Stealer. And I know Frag Stealer as well because when I say we, it was really GMT streamed some Warsaw Dual Cups many years ago on the TimCon stream, featuring the one and only Frag Stealer amongst others.
Is it possible to steal frags in deal?
And Joe?
Yeah, I guess you could kill yourself before, they get to kill you.
Yeah, steal it.
Yeah, why not?
Just take it.
I mean, and then you're taking a frag away from yourself, so double steal.
Great. Robbing yourself blind.
Yep. All right, speaking of blind.
Let's go.
Cause.
18th place. It's Cause? It's Cause? Let's go. And he's not using the Seagas. Doesn't need it in race.
Yeah. Now, I know Cos wasn't like
This is good speed.
Yeah, having the best of time for this game, this game in general, for this map in race because of his risks and stuff. So I think that he was mostly looking to play in Diabotical Physics.
But he's nailed the route. He's done a very good route he's got on here. So very well played. 32.8 is not a time to sniff at. Well done, Cause. 17th place. Yeah, that's a route that I didn't get until like a day or two before the end of before the deadline. Maybe even the day of the deadline, I didn't land a run like that until the very end.
All right. So that was 17th place?
Yep. Number 16.
16. Once again, it's that Snuffy.
That's snuffy. Let's go. As long as it's that one and not that fucking other one. With his reborn bat. I quite like the reborn bat.
Mm-hmm.
Don't see it enough. Smooth strafes here. Fat W's, as always. Good speed to make this gap. Is he going to go down? Is he going to go up? He's going to stay at the top. Going for that window. Nice. Oh, not quite hitting that strafe angle there. But still makes it work. And through the gate at the end. 32.5. Let's go. Swag points. Well played to that Snuffy. That Snuffy in particular.
All right. Top 15.
Let's go. Who's up?
It's only Sickly.
It's only bloody Sickly. Let's go Sickly. Shout outs to Sickly in the chat. Shout outs to GMT in the chat. I only just mentioned him a minute ago and then he showed up. It's weird that, isn't it?
Yeah. He hasn't joined the voice chat, has he?
No.
That would be funny.
I don't know if it would have. Nice line. I like that little use of that little platform there. What is it? 31.4. Well done. Adam, sorry, Redman is just raging in the chat. at every run faster than his.
I'm sorry, Redman, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a few left. Don't beat yourself up. That was Sickly in 15th place with a 31.4, which is a better time than I think I have. I can't remember my time.
All right, 14th place.
Who's up?
Narcos.
With another reborn bat. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I was going to say.
2 reborn bats in a row. It's Christmas, Adam. Very nice. King of VQ3 right here. Nice route. You want to drop down? Yes, he is. Oh, good
NVC
kicking.
asking in the chat if you submitted.
No, I can't submit. Well, I can submit, but I probably won't. 31.1 for Narcos. Very well played. Oh, yeah, and he ends it all. At the end there, just like, I've peaked. See you later.
Yeah, well, last time we both agreed that we wouldn't submit, right?
Yeah. Do somewhat have an advantage, you know, knowing the maps
Yeah,
in advance.
and having access to all the submitted runs currently.
Yeah. So I think it's best just to not submit. I'll submit my runs after. I'll submit my runs after when they're all on the leaderboard. And it's not part of the Egg Cup. But anyway. Moving on. Diabotical.
In 13th place.
Let's go.
Which I actually think it's a bit of an upset considering what we've seen so far.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Chatouille.
Chatouille, 13th place. I mean, I don't want to be mean. I'm not dissing Chatouille in any way, but he has set quite a high bar for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And to then come in at 13th place in race physics, I think he may have let himself down a wee bit, but who knows? Maybe he didn't grind all that much. Maybe he was more focused on other physics. You know, it's definitely paid off if that's the case. But look at this route, so tight. Every like tight corner he could take at the end there, he took it in so close. Wow, look at that, 30.16. Sorry, for Narcos in 14th place, 31 point. Wait. 30 point. Was that 30 or 31? That was 30 at the end, wasn't it?
Nope.
Yeah, so Narcos was 14th. Yeah, it's the wrong time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sick.
My mistake. Okay, so that's why he's so low. Okay, that's my error for misplacing the demo. I don't know what's happened there because the spreadsheet says the wrong time as well. But anyway,
Maybe he
it's,
submitted with the wrong time.
I'm not sure. It's 30.16 anyway, but yeah, that's not 13th place.
No. Maybe he typoed when he put it in, when he actually submitted. Because obviously you have to put your time in. So.
Yeah, it's also likely my mistake as well. It could be either.
Yeah, it's not the order of the videos because I've got it down as 13th on my list, which I just copied straight from the website. So it happens. Human error.
Yeah, human error. It's all good.
Yeah. So let's just go.
Let's just proceed, and then we'll
proceed pretending that is 13th, and we'll just fix it in the edit.
Yeah, we'll just don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like I say, the results will be available after this stream on the leaderboard, and we will make damn sure that they are all correct. Just a little teaser as a treat.
All right, in 12th place.
Maybe.
It's Ninja.
Let's go Ninja. There he is again. Trauma Queen just exposing their time in the chat. Rude. I can't see his speedo at all. It's just a blur.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a combination of the color, really, than anything than anything else.
It's fast, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's going good. Nice tight lines, taking the shortcut as best you can. And that's a 30.979. And was that another desk slap? Was that another desk slap?
Oh, I don't know. I think we're going to have to give it another watch just to make sure.
That's another 1 second penalty if it is. And then you're not doing yourself any favours here. A poor desk. Minus 1 HP. It's just kids these days, Adam.
Yep.
Just slamming desks left, right, and centre. Oh yeah, I've no doubt, mate, that it was very satisfying. No doubt in my mind at all. And it's a sick route at the end, it really is. Yeah, very well played. At least it didn't slam his mouse. I've seen people slam their mouse, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Very well deserved time. It was a hard grind from Ninja. I know. I remember watching. I was lurking on his stream. But yeah, well played.
All right. We've reached the bit that I think everybody's been waiting for.
Oh, I.
So
Tell me more.
I'll just roll it.
Just roll it.
It's MVC.
Oh, it's NVC, and he's devastated in the chat. Sorry, mate. He worked very hard for this time as well, but maybe not as hard as someone else. If only we could see how much time the players put in.
Well, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say it again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Right, you bring it up one more time, and you're grounded, and you're going bed without your supper.
Right, I won't. I'm already hungry, so I won't say it again.
Same.
Shout out. There we go. 30.9 for MVC, and you can see he's satisfied with that in the chat, but maybe not so satisfied anymore because well, we got someone else coming up next. Nenya's time was 30.979.
And that was MVC with 30.947.
And they were in the top 10.
And we've got Noctis.
It's only bloody Noctis, Quake 3 Dual King. It's just, yeah, you go, dual players can play race. And Noctis grinded a lot on this map as well. He sent me every PB he made. He sent me a screenshot of every PB in a DM. I think it was just a place for him to paste.
Look how well I did, Dad. I came top 10.
Oh, through the gate as well. Let's go. 30.8840. Let's go. And top 10, yeah. Some very nice, nice skims in that route. Well played to Noctis, and commiserations to MVC.
All right. Ninth place.
Ninth place. Someone who I think will be happy with this time, or I hope they'll be happy at least.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
It's Coffee Club.
Coffee, let's go. Worked very hard on this map as well. I mean, I'm sure everyone did. Sure, everyone worked very hard. But Coffee was on the grind for sure. Great speed before that jump. Taking this sort of mid route, keeping it tight. Oh, massive gap. No problem for Coffee. Just about misses the gate though. Very sad. 30.2? Yeah, 30.280. Well done to Coffee Club in the top 10. And this week's map as well, I think Coffee's quite happy with the map selection, given that Onyx is one of his favourite maps, if not his favourite map. Coffee in the chat saying that his next best finish was 30.7. That's quite a jump.
Yeah,
it's quite a PB.
Fair play.
Well done. Yeah. Who's up next?
In 8th place.
And the top 8, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting through them. We got Tofu.
Let's go Tofu, triple threat warrior. Top 8 in every physics. 8th in Diabotical, 7th in Vintage, and 8th again in Race. That's a fucking result, that is.
Yeah, fair play.
I reckon. That's a clean, that's a good points gain across the board.
If he can keep that up, he'll win money, right?
Oh, hell yeah. He should do, I reckon. I mean, I'm no mathematician, but probably. Ooh, 30.202. Very close between Tofu and Coffee. Just a reminder, Coffee had a 30.280. So almost an 80 millisecond difference there. There would be 10 frames and defrag. Not 8th because Shattering is faster. You're right, Yogurt. I'm sorry, Tofu. Yeah, it was faster. Remember? Did we remember his time?
I think it was 30.169, not 31.169.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Chattery would have been 8th, and Tofu would have been 9th. So we can play Chattery's run again, just for fun. We want. This is where it would have shown up.
Oh, can we now?
Sorry, did you already have the next one?
I did, but it's fine.
Oh, we're letting them see behind the curtain. We can't do that. Oh wow, look, it's Chattery in 8th place. Let's go.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No way.
No way, bud. So yeah, this is where Chattery should have shown up on the stream, and we will be sure to rectify that before the runs hit the leaderboards. There we have it, 30.169. Let's go. Well played, Chattery, doing so well across all three physics, making top 8 in all three. But that, when you say it like that, it doesn't quite do it justice, does it? Because he got 4th and then 1st in the past two physics, respectively.
All right, are we ready for 7th place?
Yes, I am absolutely ready for 7th place. Give it to me.
I hope the chat is,
I think they are.
because it's Mystic.
Let's go, Mystic. Mystic making top 8 in Race and Diabotical. Well done. Hopefully Mystic thinks he's done, or hopefully Mystic is done better than he thought he did. Because yeah, I think he was maybe not feeling too good about his runs on this map. We've all been there. So I hope this lifts his spirits a wee bit for the remaining rounds. And it is good. I mean, look at this accuracy on the strafes. Cutting that full corner. It's a good speed gain. And there we go. We're first sub 30. Let's go. 29.9 for Mystic and 7th place. Well done. Moving on now. Almost in top 5, but not quite. It's 6th place. Who do we have?
Well, look. Yeah, we've watched a lot of runs here.
Mm-hmm.
None of that matters now. We're in top 6.
Hell yeah. Top 6.
Yeah, it's real gamer hours now.
It really is. Well, we're in the sub 30s now.
And do you know a realer gamer than Donald?
Hell yeah. Donald is for real. You think you're as for real as Donald? Get real.
It's not possible.
Get real. Great strafes. Look at this. Look at that acceleration. That's beautiful. 1590 before he hits that triple. Almost 17 round that corner. Almost. Great spacing for this gap. Hell yeah. Oh, and he cuts that corner as well. Let's go. 29 point... Wait a minute. 973.
Yeah.
Mystic's time was 29.974. Yikes, bro.
Get fucked, Mystic.
You get 1 MS. That hurts even more than getting framed. And
You've been framed.
Must do. The 1 MS. Yeah, very close between those two. I literally could not be closer. Yeah, he should have grinded out that extra millisecond. God damn.
Anyway, none of that matters.
Because we're in the top 5 now.
We're in top 5. This is real gamer hours now.
Real gamer hours. Those gamer hours before were not real.
Nah, they were all fake.
These are real.
Mm.
So who do we have in 5th place?
It's only Dex.
It's only Dex. The vibrancy through the roof.
I think this is even worse than it was last time.
Just continually getting more and more deep fried.
Yeah, please don't.
Great speed here. There's not really much to say about the route anymore. It's, you know, it's clear where the route is supposed to be, I think. And I don't really know if we're going to see much of an improvement on the route. That is, of course, 29.936 for Dex. So between 7th, 6th, and 5th, very close together so far. But it is getting better. It is getting faster.
It is.
Do we have 4 runs that are faster than that?
I believe so.
Can we see the first one?
Nah.
No. Is that it?
We can see the 4th one though. Wait!
Oh, Adam.
It's Kiai.
It's bloody Kiai with another very, very clean aesthetic HUD. You might not even see it. But I think those the control widget and the dash widget are technically overlapping, Adam.
Yeah, so was somebody else's. Was it Chatouilles? Who had the like compact HUD right in the middle?
Oh, that was Zebrazella, but it's fine.
Right, Zebra.
Yeah, his was fine. So I feel like we kind of skipped over that run there. Let's let that play again, because Kioi Fan Club is in the house, and they want to see their boy. So, I mean, not that there is much to say, it's just excellent acceleration. Yeah, it's just fast. I say there's not a whole lot to say about the route here. There's maybe a couple of little differences here and there, subtle differences at this point. But here on out, it's execution above all else. There's a slightly different slightly weird angles there at the end, but you know, another 29.9. That's 4 in a row we've had 29.9. Very tight. And
None of that matters.
none of that matters. Those guys are all losers compared to these next three runners.
All right, in third place. It's what everybody's been waiting for. It's only Elam with the sea gas.
Hell yeah, get your sandbags in the chat if you've got them. With a slightly different route at the start there, I think. Or maybe I just didn't notice it before, but I was trying to get that route with a little pre-run in, but it's just too much of a pain in the arse.
There must be something wrong with this game, though, because the dinosaur's mouth isn't flapping.
Oh, don't start giving it that, Adam. We'll get in trouble. Oh, look at that strafe. The speed here. Elam's acceleration is almost second to none. Almost. And that is 29.6. Significant jump from the 29.9s we've been seeing. So I think we'll give that one another run through.
A little bit of insider info from Redman in the chat. Elam beat his time right before this, but didn't have Shadow Play running. Oof.
Gutted, mate. So it could have been better. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah. Or was this run actually better?
No, I think the.
You think he beat this time?
Yeah. And then remembered.
Like 20 milliseconds. Shit.
I assume he remembered that he didn't have it running, and then turned it on, and then set this time.
Again, very impressive time and a significant jump from the past 4 runs that we've seen. And yeah, it's I think it's pretty much down to his execution. There might be a wee bit of a difference at the start, but yeah, Elam's on point with his like side switching. It's almost reminiscent of Knight's style of strafing. Oh yeah, Knight, he's a runner, isn't he? We haven't seen him yet. Well, I hope he's in the next 2 at least.
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out.
In second place, who really, I think he's been the star of the show so far. It's Goblin.
Hell yeah, Goblin. Top 3 in all 3 physics. He's the only person that can say that so far. He got first in Diabotical, third in Vintage, and now second in race. So let's go. Just solid acceleration. What else can you say? .4, so another pretty decent jump considering how close the previous times were. And he takes pretty much the same route as Elam. If it's different, it's very subtle, and only pro gamers would notice. All green splits as well, yeah. Interesting pre-run, says Knight. Knight just scratching his chin, going, "It's an interesting pre-run." Just eyeing up Goblin's pre-run like a fucking predator. Very nice. 29.4. Loving it, mate. But I'm not going to build it up because there's no fucking surprise, is it?
Should we see Knight's run?
Yeah, let's go. Of course, it's Knight. Who else would it be? Knight with the robot strafes coming in here. I'm just going to shut the fuck up and appreciate it. Wow. The transition from AD turning to W and A or D strafing is insane. 29.3. 29.357 for Knight. 29.437 for Goblin. Goblin very impressed by the spacing of Knight. Yeah, like the spacing, the side switching, the transitioning from AD turning to W and A or D strafing. It's just on point. Like there's so few frames in there where he's not accelerating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Highly optimized. Knight saying that the 1200 ups gap was so hard to get. I wish we had someone on the stream who actually knew what they were talking about, so they could point stuff out like that. Yeah, unfortunately, there were a couple of runs that had to get denied due to not using the correct settings, but it's not too bad, the penalty. Remember, we are, and this format, this time for the Egg Cup, we're ignoring the worst 2 runs. Previously, we ignored only one of your worst run, like your worst run. Now, this time, we're ignoring your worst 2. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is so that it's not as intense, but it's still highly competitive. And because we have a couple of mappers in the community who events like this would not happen without. And it's a massive shame to have to say to them, yeah, and you have a massive advantage in this format, so it's not really fair to award them the points on maps that they've been testing and playing for months. Some people, like, this map has been in development for a long time. It's been ready for a long time. It was supposed to be, or it just didn't make the cut for the last time Trials League. So it's been waiting since then to get used. So yeah, Certi would have an inherent massive advantage for that. So with this format as well, it makes it so that the penalty that you endure as a mapper is not that great, and you can still be competitive. At least I hope so. That's the goal with the format, at least. So for people like Quasar, it was Quasar didn't have the right preset, and anyone else who missed out, don't worry. There's still 7 weeks, 7 other maps to go, 7 more rounds, plenty of time to gain points and earn all these points. But do you know what, Adam? I'm just annoyed. Oh wait, hold on. I'll tell you why I'm annoyed in a minute. But here you go. Here's your final standings for the race. We got Chris Chupika, Oztmorph, Laggy Luke, Raven, Zebrazilla, Telemorph, Peensqueaker, Piotsky, Delios Axis, DH Cold, Redman, Cause, Snuffy, Sickly, Narcos, Shattery, actually much higher. Ninya, MVC, Noctis, Coffee Club, Tofu, Shattery would be there. Mystic, Donald, Dex, Kioi, Elim, Goblin, and of course Knight. Who can forget? Amazing. And there you have it. There you have all the runners. I'm not going to read all of them out, don't worry. But yeah, amazing runs from all these runners. Massive shoutouts to everyone involved. Massive shoutouts to not only Certi but Solcam as well for just doing beautiful art. I can't believe it's this far into the stream and we're only now mentioning Solcam. Shit. How could I have forgotten? Solcam just doing an amazing job on the art. Truly fantastic job. Solcam is one of the best mappers for visuals, I think, and quite a good geometry or blockout mapper as well. He's got quite a few maps on the content server, and he's been uploading a bunch of unfinished maps that he's just had lying around his hard drive. Definitely go and check him out. Very nice. Team results are not even worth talking about, so we haven't even done that. But we will publish them at some point, don't worry. But do you know what, Adam? I can't help it. Like, I really wished we could see how much time the players spent playing the map. It's just really, I know I said I wouldn't mention it, but it's just really annoying me. I want to know how long, how much of these people's lives were dedicated to this map in the past week.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
You gonna sort that out?
Let's see.
Adam on the job. Oh, fucking hell, Adam. Wow. And it's going through the whole week. Did you just, wow. Adam, that is very impressive. Look at the hours just racking up. On the right side here, we've got it sorted by best time. On the left side it's sorted by best time. On the right here, we have most time spent playing. Oh my god. This is excellent. This is exactly what I wanted to see. You did this? Just now?
No.
No?
No, it was Danma.
Massive shoutouts to Danma. What a fucking legend. Absolute legend of not only time trials, but every other mode in this game. Just making some very sick websites with loads of cool stats, and of course our very own leaderboards. What would time trials be What would time trials be without the community leaderboards made by Danmer? Just going above and beyond every time he's asked for something, every time he wants to do something, every time he sets his mind to something, everything he touches, Adam, just turns to pure fucking gold.
Absolutely. Now, this community wouldn't be anywhere near where it is today, which I think is, it's one of the stronger communities within not just Diabotical, but within, AFPS at the moment.
Yeah, Arena FPS as a whole, you're not wrong. On the left side, it's sorted by best time, and on the right side, it's sorted by time spent playing for each individual player, even people who didn't submit. So this tracks every match, every single match that was played. So even people who haven't submit, like shout outs to Rue, shout outs to Shirosaki, shout outs to, of course, Quasar. We've also got Soam in there. We got Higgins. We got so many players. Rifo, I don't know how you say his name. He's a Belgian player. You see him on the right side there. Also Defragger, I believe. Maybe Warsaw. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, look at this. Look at all these absolute gamers. We got Snow over there, Dr. Bonkenstein, official EggCup map tester. And wow, just great stuff. So you remember when people were complaining about time limits? This is the result of using the time limit, right? This is like, can you see now, like how worth it is? Yeah, wow, amazing stuff. Oh yeah, this is just for race physics, by the way. We've got Diabotical and we've got Vintage as well.
I think I'll speed it up for those.
Yeah. But
I'm glad we've had the time to talk about and introduce the technology.
Yeah. And this will be available for people to see on their own as well. You'll be able to see this on a web page, I assume. So you can scroll through it yourself and check out all the stats. And yeah, I'm floored by this. I only saw this today from Danmer this morning, so I was absolutely floored. Just speechless, really. It's fantastic. I love it. And look at some of these times. Now we're approaching the end of the week. Look at some of these times. Night, spending only 6 hours to get his 29.6. Well, 29.3. So he did submit a better time than that. Yeah, crazy stuff. Who spent the most hours? Me and Sickly. Dex also putting in a lot of time. Rue, DH Cold, Noctis committing a lot of time. Yeah, the 6 hours exactly thing is a bit weird. I'm not sure if that's real. Who knows? Because he did submit a better time than that, so I don't know. But
well, it doesn't count matches that didn't get to finish. So if, say, he was the only person on the server and left, that match wouldn't finish.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's the reason for the time limit. A match has to come to an end in order for these stats to get whatever. You know what I mean?
To
get
be
recorded.
counted. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the reason again for the time limit. But we can take a look at I think we can see Diabotical or Vintage next if you've got it handy. And I think we can just go right to the end. We'll give out the link, or Dammer will post the link somewhere at some point, I assume, and you can have a play around with it yourself.
Oh, okay. I think that's made it slower. Damn, it didn't give me instructions. Just told me it existed.
Just scroll it all the way, man. Just scroll it all the way. If you can. I don't know if you can. I don't know if it works the same way. But yeah, I mean, whatever.
There we go. That is
there
definitely
we go.
faster. Yeah, I'm doing it within OBS, so it's not as easy. I can scroll,
Right,
but it's probably easier for me to just make it faster.
Okay, nice. Yeah, this works in this is embedded. This is a browser source, I assume. And obviously Dammer as well has created a kind of automatic leaderboard display. So if you're let's say you're running a map, just grinding a map that's on the leaderboard, you can have this browser source on your OBS and it will display on your stream the current leaderboard for that map in that physics, and it will change automatically when you change maps.
Which we did have. We had a similar thing before when we were doing the 1v1 cups, but it was completely manual, and not all maps were even like on there. So, you
True.
know.
But yeah, a massive shout out to Nammer, and massive shout out to Deathmatch TV as well. How's it going, Yuri? What a legend! Thank you for the raid. And wow, look at this time spent. Brain fluid 35 hours. Inga 46. That's insane. Massive real gamer hours. Real gamer hours. There's got to be like there's got to have a bit of idling in it though as well. Surely I can't all be
Potentially,
time
yeah.
played. I mean, I had real streamer hours there, to be fair. Thank you so much, DMTV. I hope you had a good stream. Unfortunately, we are just at the end of the stream here. We're just taking a look at some of the stats that Danmer the god, Danmer the
Oh,
leg.
it does not like it being this fast.
No, it doesn't. It's fine in the end, don't worry about it. Here we go, Dino Dello putting the most time in here. And doing quite well as well, 4th place. Hard to argue with that. This is Diabotical, yeah. Gamer of the Year. Goblin, of course, 3 hours. Sorry, I kind of missed. I'm not. Don't go back right now, but in a sec, I want to go back and see what. In fact, I can just pull it up myself and tell you what my sig. That'd be way faster and easier. I just want to see how much time Goblin actually put into Vintage, because I didn't catch it. I forgot to look out.
Well, I mean, I caught it well, you know.
3 hours.
Obviously not.
Just shy of 4 hours. 3 hours and 40 minutes.
I was gonna say, obviously this doesn't count every single match because of the the problem with matches not finishing.
Yeah,
but
it's
just over 3 hours for Goblin and winning it.
Yeah, it's insane.
For Diabotical, that's
even if it's not 100% truly accurate, it's the closest thing we have to go by, other than Goblin himself telling us.
Yeah,
that
people just counting
69 hours doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I mean, I cannot say it enough. Just I am so floored by the time trials community and how we just continually come together and just do amazing things. Massive. I'm not patting myself on the back here. I'm talking about people like Danmer, of course, with all the leaderboard stuff. Narcos sorting out all the website. All the mappers who are the lifeblood of this community, not just events. You know what I mean? Not just concerning events here, but just uploading maps and just letting people to have maps to play, interesting maps to run around on, and the developers themselves for all the cool time trials updates we've had recently. 2022 is going to be a hell of a year for time trials. I'm telling you that, and it's only fucking January. It's only January. It's going to get even better. But yeah, I mean, I'm out of things to say, Adam.
Yeah. Well, remember, guys, join the Discord if you want to compete. Onyx is this week's map. It's a map that we've seen before, but it has made it. There's been some changes to it since we last saw it on stream.
Yes.
And hopefully, it's taking out some of the. If you're new to the game, it might be a little bit easier now than it was before.
For sure. Still hard though. Still a hard map. We can't promise that the time trials maps are the EggCup maps are going to be easy. Not supposed to be easy. This is a high level tournament, so remember that when you're complaining about how hard the map is. But yeah, it's all in good fun. You know what I mean? I complain about the maps all the time. I'm really looking forward to seeing next week's runs. Rocket launcher, let's go. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, is there anything else we've forgotten?
No.
Okay, see ya. But yeah, massive thanks for watching. Get stuck into the time trials community, join the Discord, submit, run the map, run this week's map, submit a time on the leaderboard. You'll love it. You will love it. I'm telling you. Yeah, keep being nuts. Link the Discord. Oh, link the Discord. It's in. I'm sure there's a command for it.
Yeah, there probably is, but just head off to diabotical-racing.com. That's probably the Tim Conlon Discord.
That's not the Discord. Yeah, I've got it here. Join the Discord.
I mean, join the Tim Conlon Discord as well.
Well, I'll be honest, there's not much going on in there.
Nothing's happening in there apart from people asking when the next land's gonna be.
Oh, when, indeed.
Oh, well.
Is the next land going to be Doombringer land, I reckon.
Time trials land when?
Hell yeah. We'll sort that out as well. It's just, it's tough times for these kind of things.
Absolutely.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. It's been a hell of a show. Over 100 viewers, obviously thanks to Yuri and Deathmatch TV, and I assume the Diabotical Pro League duel. Was it dual stream tonight? I think it was.
It was, yeah. It was the EU. Shout out to Mojo for helping this actually happen.
Mojo!
And for putting everything into the Liquipedia. If you want me to, Mojo, I can give you the results now, if it's easier for you.
Yeah, results will be up on the actual leaderboards very soon. I'm gonna double check that everything's right and Shadow Eagle's in the right place. And yeah, you'll be able to look at all the runs individually if you choose to, and yeah, get running Onyx and submit your time for the next week. It's going to be sick. And with that, I think we're truly out of things to say.
Yeah.
So GG's
Damn,
everybody.
this was an outro worthy of the last stream, let alone the first one. How sloppy is it gonna get? Week 8. Oh my god, the EggCup is over.
To be fair, all the stats and revealing all that, it's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting. I don't know what that HUD is. I'm sorry for whatever that is you get. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, you haven't even showed a particular HUD.
I got no clue what that is.
It's probably the one that we used to use for deal.
Maybe, yeah. So yeah, have fun with that. But yeah, finally we're leaving now. So thank you again, everybody, for watching. We'll find someone cool to raid. So stick around, and until next week, have a good one.
See you guys.
Playtime Trials. Bye bye.